Hey everyone, so before I dive into everything about Bitcoin, I just want to start with something important. Bitcoin is super volatile and the price can go up and down really fast. That is part of the game. So please only invest money that you can afford to lose. Seriously, never invest money you need for rent, bills, or any essential expenses. And absolutely don't take out loans to buy bitcoins. That would be a horrible thing to do. It's just not worth the stress, guy. It's better to use extra money that you have, money you that you're okay with not needing it right away, because Bitcoin price could go anywhere, especially in the short term. So you probably noticed what been happening with Bitcoin lately. The price is bouncing all over the place, and that's pretty normal for Bitcoin. If you've been around the crypto space, you know that volatility is just part of its DNA. The ups and downs can be nerve wracking, but honestly, if you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, there is some logic to it. We're in what we call the post-halving phase right now. Every 4 years or so, Bitcoin goes through this event where the reward miners get for producing new Bitcoins is cut in half. This is what people mean when they talk about halving. After that, the supply of new Bitcoin coming into the market shrinks, which usually makes the price go up eventually because, you know, the basic supply and demand. And a lot of people think that could be the next big push for Bitcoin's price. Historically, after a halving, there's a big rally, but sometimes it takes a while to kick in. Now let's talk about something that doesn't feel great when you're in the middle of it, the dips. But here's the thing, dips are actually opportunities. When the price crash, yeah, it's scary. You see red everywhere and your first instinct might be to panic and sell. But honestly, this not the ways to go. I like to think of dips as a blessing. It's like Bitcoin is coming back around and giving you a second ride. It's like the market is saying, missed the last bull run? No problem. Here's another chance to get in. I know it's tough to buy when the market's crashing, but that's actually the best times to do it if you got the long-term mindset. You're essentially buying Bitcoin on sales. Think about it. Back in 2017, Bitcoin hits $20,000 and then crashed it hard. It's went all the way down to around $3,000 in 2018. A lot of people, a lot of people thought Bitcoin was done, but if you had bought during that dip, you have made a massive profit when Bitcoin surged it over 60,000 in 2021. Dips always the opportunity lies. You just need to have the courage and patience to take advantage of them. And this is where I bring up another important point. Hodling. Hodling. I might butcher that. I know some people are tempted to trade Bitcoin, buy low, sell high, repeat. But that's not for everyone. In fact, most people who try to times the market end up losing. I'm not saying trading is bad, but it's risky and and very hard. to do well consistently. If you're not a professional trader, it's much easier to just buy and hold on. Long-term Bitcoin price has been going up. Sure, there are plenty of ups and downs along the way, but if you zoom out, the trends has been upward. People, people who held their Bitcoin for at least 4 years have almost always come out ahead. That's why I'm a big believer in holding. Hold on for dear life. The days today price swing might drive you crazy, but if you have a long-term mindset, it's easier to stay calm. Let me talk about security for a second. If you're holding Bitcoin, you need to be smart about where you store your Bitcoin. I personally use a cold wallet. A cold wallet is a device like a ledger that stores your Bitcoins offline, which is way safer than keep it on the exchange. Don't get me wrong. Exchanges are great for buying and selling, but they are not where you want to leave your Bitcoin long term. Exchanges can get hacked and accounts can get frozen. So it's just not worth the risk. With a cold wallet, your Bitcoin is offline, which means it's practically impossible for hackers to get to it. It's like putting your Bitcoin in a vault where only you hold the key. Now, I also want to bring up taxes. Yeah, I know, not the most exciting topic, but it's important. In most places, Bitcoin is treated as property for tax purposes, which means every time you sell or trade, it's considered a taxable event. It's really easy to forget about that, but you don't want to end up with a huge surprise tax bill at the end of the year. I keep track of all my transactions. And listen, even though the short term market can be all over the place, Bitcoin future is still looking bright. More and more big institutions are getting involved. Companies like Tesla and MicroStrategies have added Bitcoins to their balance sheets. Most of us know about that. And even some governments are starting to explore Bitcoin as part of their financial strategies. This kind of institution interest gives Bitcoins more legitimacy, and it's a big reason why I feel confidence in holding on for the long term. It's not just retail investor anymore. Big players are getting involved, and that's a huge sign that Bitcoin is becoming more mainstream. Who knows? In the future, Bitcoin could become a global currency, or maybe it'll be a hedge against inflation. It's already being called, digital gold. And with all the money printing going on in the world, having something with a fixed supply like Bitcoin started to make a lot of sense. Now, I'm not trying to times the market or worry too much about short-term price fluctuation. I'm just focused on the bigger pictures and making sure I have a strategies in place that works for me. That's why I always keep an eye on the dips when the market crash. When the market crash, I don't panic. I see it as an opportunity. Like I said earlier, dips are blessing. There are a chance to get in on Bitcoin before the next big wave hits. It's all about your perspective. Instead of freaking out, I remind myself that this is just part of the cycle, and every crash is followed by recovery. Historically, Bitcoin has always bounced back stronger after major dips. So that's really my approach. Buys the dip, hodl, and keep my Bitcoin secure. I'm playing the long terms here, guys. And I say it again. Please don't invest more than you can afford to lose. And don't take out loans, please. Do not take out loans to invest in Bitcoins. It's a volatile market and you need to be prepared for the ups and downs. But if you're patient and you stick with your strategy, I think Bitcoins has a lot of potential to grow over time. Just stay calm. Be smart about your security and view those dips as a golden opportunities. They really are. Now, one last thing before I wrap it up. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not a financial advice. Always do your own research and consider consulting with a professional before making any investment decision. The cryptocurrency market is highly volatile and there's a risk of losing of all your investment. Hey, I'm not trying to scare you, but I have to say it, to be safe, as a YouTuber. All right, Satoshi millionaires. I will see you in the next video. Take care.